The regular recommended daily dose of funny is just not enough. Thankfully, we have extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
Everybody talks about this, the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift. Now, that's a different procedure than butt implants, right? The Brazilian butt lift is where they take fat from another part of your body and re-inject it into your buttocks. Is that right, Lindsay?
I'm not really sure, but it sounds right.
Because they're saying that one of the side effects of a Brazilian butt lift is just a complete and total disgusting, rank odor.
Yeah. What? And it's become super popular, right?
Yeah.
I was reading it was like one of the top ones now.
Yep. And they said that it enhances the size and shape of someone's rear end through fat transfer. Covered that. Can be dangerous. But there's one bizarre, rather gross side effect that comes from it that might make potential patients reconsider getting it done. It's the BBL smell, and it's for real. Says Dr. Eric Anderson of Chicago-based Impressions Face and Body. Let's see what causes it. The team of experts there at this study said a smell is often expected from BBL patients after sweating or sitting for long periods. There's a variety of other factors like tissue death, which is a BBL complication, and unhygienic habits that could cause someone with a BBL to have a smelly behind. If a patient was overfilled with fat during the procedure, which is called fat necrosis, is when fatty tissue in the butt dies. As a result, a rancid smell can develop. When there's more fat in an area than the blood supply allows, the fat will die through a smelly process called fat necrosis, which leads to infections that need antibiotics, hospitalizations, and even sepsis.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. So they say infection really stinks. Like if you're, if you go into the doctor or whatever, you got an infection and it just stinks.
Yeah.
Like, some of those dermatology videos and stuff, they'll show that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Just hearing all this, I mean, I don't care if I would need it. I'm not getting it.
But I guess if you're having the foreign substances planted, not transplanted, but planted in your buttocks, like the silicone or whatever, then it doesn't do that.
Sounds that way because it's the tissue and the fat dying in your body. They do say that the BBL is like one of the most dangerous ones. There's been a lot of deaths and serious complications from it, and it sounds like that's exactly why.
Because you get those infections and bacteria and all that.
Your booty fat is dying inside your body, so you're walking around with like a stank booty.
Yeah.
Stank booty.
It's literally rotten.
Yeah, you got a rotten ass.
Your ass is rotten.
I think at that point, if I was that desperate, I'd just wear like butt pads.
Yeah.
But
something.
I don't know. It's unnecessary, I think, for my taste.
Well, yeah. In anything that dangerous, I mean, a lot of other plastic surgeries that are common aren't the death toll is like 1 in a million, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they're saying the death rate for this surgery is like 1 in, even 100, it's like, okay, that's.
Yeah, and it's dangerous, more dangerous than the other procedures. But do they get that procedure because they think it's safer because they're using their own fat back into their body, or rather than a foreign substance like filler or silicone or whatever they would use? I don't
Hey,
know.
so here's my next question because now well, I don't want to say trend, but the new thing is to when you go to get your like breast augmentation is to not get an implant, but to take fat from other places of your body and put it in your boobs.
Yeah. Big old
So
fat
does
boobs.
this, yeah, so does the same thing happen?
It would make sense that it would.
Yeah.
You know, you still using fat that could just die and become infected and stuff.
Ugh. My friend just got that done.
Oh, really? She's got fat boobs?
She she had to get a lift after kids, but instead of putting an implant in there, they took fat from I don't know somewhere and put it in there because it's. I thought she said they claimed it's like a safer, more natural method, but by the sounds of this,
yeah, I don't know. But so if you had to guess, where would you think they would have taken the fat from her and put in her boobs? Just by what you think she looks like, what area would they have gotten it from?
but I think her stomach.
Okay. So, wow. I'm sure that's going to sting whenever she sees this.
Yikes.
No, I mean I think I know that.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what you meant.
Yeah.
No, because they do lipo and then they put it in the. Yeah.
Walked right into that one, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, well now I just feel bad, guys.
Because first she said from wherever.
From wherever.
Like,
Well, because I couldn't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was lipo from her stomach.
If I had to guess, I would say it's probably from her, big.
big fat, globby, disgusting stomach.
Inner thighs, outer thighs, saddlebags.
Saddlebag, there you go.
I think they could
That's where
probably
I could take some.
They could make double D's out of her effing neck.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a fat in the back of her neck like a pack of hot dogs.
thank you.
That always fascinates me too, seeing the fat. Do y'all ever watch those shows where the lipo, you see how much fat it is? It's shocking. Like
No,
I would have a
that.
ton.
Yeah, I couldn't take that.
Sucking it all out.
But I don't like those butt implants and enhancements and stuff.
No,
Old school.
they're not for me.
Yeah, I'm old school. Old school. I don't like giant asses. I don't like an ass that has to have an extra seat in the car.
Or plain seat.
Like, okay, so we got she's skinny everywhere else. So we got to be able to put her directly in the middle of these giant ass cheeks when we're finished.
Yeah.
Look like that woman that does those drawings on the wall in the cities with the angel wings, like they have in Nashville, to go get your picture taken in front of. She should do big ass implants.
Put them right down there.
Yeah.
So you just go stand in front of them, and it makes it look like you got a big ass.
That'd be funny.
You wouldn't get a bigger butt, Lindsay?
No, it's not even in my realm of things I want to get done.
Okay.
Now I have a list, but it's not that.
What's number one on the list?
A mommy makeover, which is pretty much, I don't know, everything on my list.
Yeah.
It's new boobs. They can do a little lipo if they'd like. Or I'd like, yeah. No tummy tuck. I think if I could get away with not doing a tummy tuck, because it's more recovery.
Yeah.
My friend just had one and she had like a bag of
Poo poo.
no. It like
Fluid.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then she had to go back in and get it taken, so it's more of a process.
Hey, what you got there? It's a bag of fluid. Just a bag of fluid.
Out of my
Bag of
stomach.
fluid. Yeah.
Whoa.
So, but if I couldn't do the lipo without getting a tummy tuck, I'd probably just nix the whole thing. But I definitely want new boobs. But that's,
Okay.
Okay.
we'll see.
Nothing to the face? That's not a mommy makeover, or is a mommy makeover just body things?
Body things. I already get Botox. That's enough for me right now.
Yeah.
Are you saying I need to do something to my boobs?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Riggins?
Because they don't do face transplants yet, do they?
This is TJ Riggins Extra Funny. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
So you've heard me talk about Mandu Charlotte, and now it's your time to go for absolutely free. Mandu Charlotte is an electromuscle stimulation workout. It's only 15 minutes, and it feels like you've been in the gym for hours. You're toner, leaner, stronger. You feel better in your clothes. You look better in your clothes. What's not to love? So check out Mandu Charlotte at tjriggins.com/fitness and get your first session free. Mandu Charlotte.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Let's do it!
Now, back to TJ and Riggins Extra Funny.
So I don't know whether this is real or not. But it's kind of funny. Even if it is made up, it's a funny concept. But it is a woman walking over to one of those customer assistance call button things at Walmart, and I know if you hit that at Lowe's, it'll say, customer needing assistance in hardware. Customer needing assistance in hardware. Well, this is what she recorded when she hit the button. This is what it said.
Somebody from Walmart's going to be right with you.
Somebody from Walmart's going to be right with you.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I totally think it's real.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Somebody from Walmart's going to be right with you.
Right with you.
And
One
I
word.
appreciate that. I want to hear that over an AI robot. You know, that's a real guy. He's working there. I got a feeling he's going to show up if you hit that button. Like, it'll be him.
Yeah, just keep your drawers on. We'll be right there.
I'll be right with you.
Oh my God, that would be even more funny.
Yeah, keep your drawers on.
Go you jet.
It sounds like the old lady. Do y'all follow her that works at the Walmart? She's become overnight sensation.
Yeah.
She advertises everything for them. So funny. Now these panties are on sale today, guy. You come down and get you some.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like it.
Wonder how long it takes a Walmart employee to come help you, though, after you've hit that button. Wonder what right with you actually means.
Yeah.
10 minutes at least.
At least, yeah. I've never asked for help in a Walmart just because I assume, like, there's going to be nobody back here to help me with it.
Yeah. There used to be people all over the place. Just, and they didn't even have to work in a certain department. They could just tell you everything in Walmart where it is.
Yeah.
Why do I picture him in like one of those, like, not wheelchairs, but it's a scooter. It's just like, skirt. You need some help?
What you need, honey. I have accidentally hit the thing at Lowe's before, because I walk into Lowe's Home Improvement and I know I don't know where anything is hardly.
Yeah.
So I've already got that in my mind. So I went into the area that I thought something was, and I hit the thing. Customer assistance needed in the whatever it was. And all of a sudden I just see this hand reach up and hit the button and say, okay, what can I help you with? The person was standing right next to me when I hit the button. I wasn't even paying attention.
Get out.
I could have just said, excuse me, sir. You tell me where whatever is. He's like 2 feet away from me. He squatted down looking at something on a shelf, and I just walk up and hit that button automatically. I know I'm not going to be able to find in here.
Yeah. That's great.
Hey, bud, right here. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
To your left.
You do need some help, don't you?
Yeah, right. Was he able to help you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But I did feel like an idiot.
Well, sometimes you can't tell who works where. I mean, you can't.
Yeah. Lowe's you can. They wear those,
okay.
They wear those red vests. And
Oh.
and stuff.
I had the most frustrating experience at a hardware store. It wasn't a Lowe's, but it was similar. I was trying to find a specific. Oh, you know what it was? It was the cover to go on the outside faucet. In winter.
Yeah.
And I'm looking online. I'm like, I cannot find these anywhere. I figured it'd be in plumbing somewhere. So I look on their website because it'll show you like the aisle and the bay that you can find this one specific product. So I find it on the website, put in the location that I'm at. It says aisle 19 EC.
Yeah.
I'm in aisle 19. I cannot find this damn thing anywhere. EC stands for end cap.
Oh.
So it's at the end of the aisle on the outside. And I thought, most people don't know, even if you told them end cap, what that is. That's a retail term.
Right.
But then you abbreviate it to EC and you put it on their website. How's that going to help anybody?
Yeah, that's weird. I thought you were going to say it's in the garden center.
No, it was in the plumbing section, but it was on the end cap on the outside. So you could. I was like walking up and down thinking I was crazy. 19 EC.
No one knows what that is.
Yeah, unless you worked.
I worked in retail many years and never knew what that was. I mean, not that kind of retail, but still.
Yeah.
End cap. Yeah, most people don't know what an end cap is.
No.
Isn't it? That's where Little Debbie's always are.
Little Debbie's
End
and
cap.
in the grocery store,
Intamins
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
The chips on sale.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the prime spot though? An end cap.
It is.
Yeah.
What's
And then,
cap stand for?
like the cap of the aisle, like it caps like a bar,
Okay.
like a, trying to think of something like the cap on a curtain rod or something like
Yeah.
that. It's those spaces in the refrigerated section.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most expensive to get your product in.
Wow. So, like the refrigerated section, like where the meat and all that is, or where the freezer section?
Yogurts,
Okay.
fresh meat and deli, like lunch meats and things like that, juices. And some of that stuff doesn't even need to be in there. They just won't give you the impression that it's fresh. If you're buying orange juice and it's in the refrigerated section, you're like, oh, fresh. But some of that stuff is shelf stable. Doesn't
Sure.
even matter.
Yeah.
But that's what they always told us. Like, this is the most expensive. You got to make sure you pay attention to the end caps in the refrigerated section and the wine. Make sure that looks good because people that buy wine want to see something beautiful when they're going to pick an expensive bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
That actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff you did, when you hear the logic, you go, oh, yeah, I get it now.
And don't certain products pay to have a certain level on the shelf?
Yeah.
Just like top shelf and
Sure.
bottom shelf,
Like-
like at a bar.
Kids' cereals, usually on the lower shelves because that's in the eye line of the kid. And the kid is going to pick it up and go, Mom, I want that. I mean, it's like there is logic and thought behind all that stuff, but it's crazy.
Yeah. The psychology behind it and all that.
But all that stuff's poison.
Yeah.
This whole aisle is poison.
Yeah.
Don't eat it.
The most expensive end cap for poison.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I had a lot of poison over the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you really go nuts?
I did.
Same.
Little friend Jenny will get a cookie cake. It doesn't even have to be for an occasion. It's just like, let's get a cookie cake. But this one, she had it was all decorated up. 4th of July stuff.
Okay, I saw that.
Nothing beats the cookie cake. I want someone to try to find something to beat the cookie cake. It's always moist. It's so soft. How do they get it that way?
I don't know.
Magic.
I love it. But then Jenny got mad at me because, it had a lot of icing on it, decorating and everything. And I don't like just the big clump of icing. I like, the little drizzle of it or whatever is great on the cookie. But when it comes to the really thick, I'll scrape that off and then put it back onto the, before I even get it out of the pan from cutting it, I'll scrape it off and then put it on the next piece over because everybody else likes it.
Sure.
Well, come to find out, everybody else doesn't like just a cookie that's covered in 2 to 3 inches of thick icing because I would pile it all up in one area.
Yeah.
From somebody else's slice of cookie cake, I get it.
I like that. So I would have liked that, but not everyone can be like me,
I say
3 inches of.
She said, "Would you stop?" I said, "Well, I would throw it away, but everybody loves. I'm the only one that doesn't love the more the merrier on the icing."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Well, nobody wants that much of it."
It's fine.
Okay. I would rather eat if I'm going to eat icing like that. I would rather eat it plain by itself than to have it combined with a chocolate chip cookie. Because I can eat a dollop of that icing just without the cookie. I don't want it messing up the taste of the cookie.
Yeah, I got you.
The cookie.
I like it to get. I just think it's a good mixture.
But all of that's gone for me for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've started this new diet, and I have to stick to it because they're paying me to do it. So,
Good point.
through the other radio station.
That's the best way to do it, though. When you know you have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my last meal was a leftover hot dog and a leftover burger from the 4th of July.
Ooh, that's a good way to go out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. I'd have rather gone out with a fresh pizza, though, or some big old burrito.
Why didn't you do that?
I ran out of time. I was doing stuff at home yesterday and just decided that's what it was going to be. You know,
Leftovers.
can't make a big deal out of it.
Do you get a cheat day or no cheats?
Not for a while.
Oh, okay.
And they said, you can drink beer if you want to, but beer is basically liquid bread.
Oh, God.
It's like, thank you. It's like
Right.
ruins it for you.
Yeah, it's liquid bread. I mean, it'll throw you off.
Liquid bread. Poison.
That's like when I read that article that like one roll of sushi is equivalent to like 4 or 5 pieces of bread. I was like, you just ruined it.
Well, I mean, bodybuilders eat rice all the time. White rice. They don't want brown rice either.
Yeah.
It's white rice.
See?
They're all right. Big deal.
Well, go have you a beer. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Should have had 2 this morning on the way in.
It's extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
The TJ and Riggins Show is new at 7 a.m. Eastern each weekday morning and available most anywhere you watch or listen to shows. YouTube, podcast platforms, streaming, and radio station sites are all now at our media center at tjriggins.com. It works just like an app, easy to navigate, and you'll get everything right there on one page. All the podcasts, all the videos, all the great deals you can take advantage of as a member of the radio family. The TJ and Riggins Show is right there in your hand. Learn how to add it to your phone's home screen at tjriggins.com/ad.